Graveyards. They come in all shapes and sizes and with bundles of history too. Did you know that there are literally graveyards for all kinds of things as well? We'll get to that a little bit later. But first, I want to enlighten you with some interesting things I found out about graves. Have you ever seen a gravestone with a carved motif or animal on it? These carry meaning. A winged hourglass signifies time flies. A broken flower or tree symbolises a life cut short. A downward pointing hand may indicate a sudden death, and a handshake can show reunion in the afterlife, often used for couples. Lambs adorn the graves of children, lions are carved to protect as well as symbolising bravery, and roosters are signage of Judgment Day. And why do we bury the dead 6 feet under? Or do we? This phrase originated during the 1665 plague in London, England. The mayor at the time decided that a depth of 6 feet was sufficient to stop the potential spread of disease after death. This rule, though, has since been abolished. Most modern graves are often as shallow as 4 feet. Treatments and chemicals used in the embalming process now make this perfectly safe and acceptable. What scares you most, the fear of dying or the fear of being buried alive? In the late 19th century, the fear of being buried alive far outweighed the fear of dying itself. During that time, many safety coffin designs were patented in the UK. Some were even called escape coffins. Each casket was created with a feature that would enable the body inside to alert others of their undeadness. Some had a bell, and other, more elaborate patents had spring-loaded ejector lids that actually meant that you could escape unassisted should you find yourself buried alive. There are still some safety coffin options available to this day, so if that is a fear you have, you might want to opt in for one of those ejector lid burials. Also in the 19th century, grave robbers, sometimes known as resurrectionists, prowled UK and American graveyards looking for fresh corpses to sell to local medical schools. As a result of this, to try and protect the dead, some families installed mortsafes over burials. These were cast iron cages set in concrete to deter those pesky body snatchers. And did you know that the act of stealing a body from a grave wasn't actually made illegal until 1832, when the Anatomy Act was passed in the UK, meaning that medical schools were then given legal routes to obtaining cadavers, dead bodies. Today you are now able to donate your body to science. It's similar to organ donation, but purely for medical research purposes. Let's get back to the reason you clicked on this video though. I mentioned before that there are graveyards for everything, including old planes and cars, but I believe the best graveyard in the world is a tasty one. Yes, that's ice cream. Ben & Jerry's have an ice cream graveyard for all their flavours that no longer exist. It's incredible. You can view a digital version online, link in the description box, but there is also a real-life version too that you can go and visit and sit with your favourite departed flavours, like fossil fuel, turtle soup and sugar plum, to name a few. Situated in Waterbury, Vermont, the Novelty Graveyard, which opened in 1997, currently has 34 headstones for the dearly departed, and you can even get a tour of the cemetery if you want to pay your respects. Disclaimer: this video is not sponsored by Ben & Jerry's. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like this video on the left, and if you didn't, then perhaps a video from my other channel on the right might tingle your taste buds instead.